In 2010, a 17-year-old boy lost his father without warning. The death hit hard, not just because of the grief, but because this had been a close family. The kind that spent time together, the kind that built traditions. One of those traditions was a cabin near Mount Bachelor in Oregon. Every winter, they went up there to ski, snowboard, hunt, and escape the world. It was a place full of laughter and memories. After his father's death, though, the cabin felt different, hollow, like a room where the music had stopped. As the family settled the estate, his mother decided to sell the cabin. The boy was devastated. He asked for one last visit, just a few days alone, one final goodbye to the place where he felt closest to his dad. His mother agreed. His father had left him his car, so he packed it with snacks, drinks, his PlayStation, and their dog, Midnight. He told himself this trip wasn't about mourning, it was about creating one last good memory before the cabin disappeared from their lives forever. The cabin was 2 stories, built into the mountainside. The back half was pressed against the earth with no windows, except a narrow bathroom slit. The front faced a clearing, all glass and balconies, surrounded by dense forest in every direction. About 100 yards out, the trees thickened into a wall. One tree stood out. It had a wide horizontal branch, about 20 feet up, directly facing the cabin. From the bedroom, it looked like a seat, a place where someone could sit and watch. The first 2 days were perfect. He played games, snowboarded, ate junk food, and felt peace for the first time since his father had passed away. On the 3rd day, everything changed. Overnight, several feet of snow had fallen. He stayed inside most of the day. When Midnight needed to go out, he stepped into the clearing and immediately noticed footprints in the fresh snow. They weren't his. They came from the woods, circled the cabin, then vanished up the mountain behind it. He told himself it was nothing. A lost hiker, a neighbor, someone passing through. That night, after locking every door and window, he went upstairs to bed. Midnight slept beside him until suddenly she bolted upright, ears sharp, staring down the stairs. Then she ran downstairs. When he followed, Midnight stood by the door, frantic to go outside. He opened it. She didn't relieve herself. Instead, she froze, staring across the clearing toward the sitting tree. The boy felt a knot form in his stomach. He dragged her back inside and locked the door. Upstairs, Midnight refused to settle. She stood, rigid, watching the stairs. 30 minutes later, in complete silence, footsteps crossed the roof directly above his head. Not shuffling, not sliding, footsteps. 6 of them, heavy, intentional. Midnight snapped her head toward the ceiling. The boy's mind raced. Nothing could get onto the roof without climbing or jumping. And yet, whatever it was hadn't landed. It had been there already. The footsteps stopped. Midnight rushed to the balcony door, heart pounding. He forced himself to open the curtains and unlock the door. He scanned the roof with a flashlight. Nothing. No footprints. Relief crept in. Then he turned the beam toward the trees. The light stopped on the sitting tree. A man crouched on the branch, 20 feet off the ground, tall, unnaturally still. His hands clutched the branch above him. His mouth hung open. His eyes were locked on the boy. Unblinking, focused. Less than 50 yards away, the flashlight dropped from his hands. When he grabbed it again and shined it back, the man was gone. He ran inside, locked everything, and hid in bed with Midnight shaking against him. Then the tapping began. First at the front door, then the side wall, then the bathroom window, just feet from his head. The tapping moved, methodically, circling the cabin. Footsteps, more tapping. The balcony, the glass, the roof, again. All night. When the sun finally rose, he opened the curtains. The balcony was covered in footprints. So was the roof. So was the ground circling the cabin like a track. The prince led back to the sitting tree, then into the woods. He packed his things and left. The cabin was sold soon after, and to this day, he doesn't know what watched him that night. Whether it was a man or something else, either answer is terrifying.